Hi everyone, Jen Roque here at stampcampwithjen.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable little treat box. It's called a crisscross box, and it holds a Reese's heart. They're the 1.2 ounce size. You can get these individually. I got them at my local Target. You can get them individually for about $1, or you can get 6 of them for about $5. So obviously the 6-pack is the better deal. I'll have a link in my blog and in the YouTube description if you're watching this on my YouTube channel. So, all right, let's get started. I'm going to show you how quick and easy this is. So we are actually using the Lots of Heart bundle. This is such a fun bundle. I've seen so many cute project ideas with it. This is a photopolymer stamp set, which means it's clear. You'll be able to see through the stamp when you're stamping. I just love it so much. I think it's such a fun little set. So this is on page 15 of your January through June mini catalog. And then the little strip of DSP that we're using on the bottom is the, I think it's called the True Love DSP. It's got a bunch of black and white prints. And that, I don't remember exactly what page it's on, but it's pretty near where the Lots of Heart bundle is in the catalog. It might be a couple pages behind there. So, all right, so first we're gonna start out with our Smoky Slate DSP. So I've got a piece here, and I'm gonna get my Simply Scored scoring tool out. And so this is actually, let me see if I can move this down so you can see, or zoom out so you can see a little better how we're scoring here. So this is, this piece is 5 3/4 by 7 1/2. So on the 7 1/2 inch side, we're gonna put it up here in the corner, and we are gonna score at 2 inches. Make sure it's all the way in the corner there. So 2 inches. And then we're gonna score at 2 3/4. And then we're gonna score at 4 3/4. And then 5 1/2. And again, I'll have all these measurements on my blog post and in the description below on my YouTube channel. So on the 5 3/4 inch side, we're gonna score at 2 inches. And 2 3/4. Okay. We can put our scoring tool away. Okay. I'll zoom a little bit back in there. Okay. So you'll notice this section up here is a little bit longer than the section at the bottom. So the longer section is where your back is going to be. So just kind of keep that in mind. So first we're going to take our bone folder. We're going to fold and burnish all of our score lines. It doesn't matter which direction you go. It just matters however you decide to fold, that you fold them all in the same direction, whether you fold it forward or backward. Okay. So, last one. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, so taking into account that you have your longer sections up top and these smaller little squares at the bottom, so I'm gonna show you, I have a little template. This is how I work with stuff. I use scrap paper here. So if you're looking at my little template here, we'll put the template over the top. So the very bottom square and this little tab here, we're gonna cut these away on both sides. So the bottom square and that middle section, we're cutting those away, okay? So again, looking in here, just this first score line, we're gonna cut up to the second horizontal score line right up there, okay? So cut all the way up, and then cut our horizontal score line. Okay, so now you've cut that little square and the little tab, and we don't actually need those at all. So again, from the left side, we're just going to go to that first score line and cut up to the second horizontal score line, and then cut away. Okay, so see? So we still have these little rectangular sections and a little square for both of those, okay? So those little pieces that we just cut away, you can save them for another project, throw them away, do whatever you want with them. Okay. So then, as you can see on my little template here, we have little flaps on the inside. So where these little squares are, you need to cut these little horizontal score lines just until you meet that first score line that goes in the other direction. So you're making little tabs here. Okay, so this is what it should look like now. You should have these little tabs right here. Okay, and then those sections are cut away. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, if you notice on my template, we have, it looks like kind of like an arrow here, right? So we have to cut these sections. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our paper trimmer and we are going to, so this is gonna be my back. So what I like to do is I like to flip it over so that my, whatever the back of my project is gonna be is facing up, because when you cut with the paper trimmer, the blade pushes the paper in. So you kind of want that, when the paper pushes in, you can kind of see it kind of curl in. So I want that to be on the inside of my project so you don't really see it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the top where this score mark is on this outer panel, and I'm lining that into the track with the opposite corner here. So that's going to make my little arrow. And I'm just making a cut. Again, we don't need this piece. Keep it for a project or throw it away, whichever you want to do. So now I'm flipping it. This is the top still. We're taking that first score line, lining it in the track with the opposite corner. And we're going to cut that as well. Okay. So now, when you're looking, so this is your cut piece, okay? This is what it should look like. This is the back side. I chose it as the back because my score lines, when I scored everything, I have these ridges, so that's gonna be the outside. And you can kind of see, like my blades actually need to be replaced. I'm waiting for replacement blades to come in the mail, but you can kind of see the paper, when it cut, it kind of pushed the edge in, so that's why I wanted it to be backside up when I cut, so that when you see the paper get pushed in like that, that's going to be on the inside and you won't even notice it. So, okay, so now we're going to assemble our card. So what we're going to do, or our box, excuse me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these little center tabs here and these bigger tabs, and we're going to put, you can either use liquid glue or tear and tape. I'm going to use liquid glue just because it gives us a little bit more time to work with moving things around if we need to. So just put a light application, oops, don't want that there. Light application of glue on the back of all of these tabs. Okay, we're going to try to move kind of quickly, and I think my glue is about out in that one. That's okay, I have an extra one here. So we're going to try to move kind of quickly because we don't have a lot of glue and it's going to dry pretty quickly, which is good. We don't want to wait forever for our project. So if you look at this, we're taking where the glue is and we're putting it on the inside of our box, okay? And you just kind of push it in. I don't know if you can see that there. So I kind of push those tabs in on the inside. And then we're curling this box in and we're lifting the sides so that the glue is on the inside of the box, okay? So now you'll see everything's on the inside. So we're gonna press, make sure everything sticks. If you use tear and tape, obviously it's gonna automatically stick, but I just wanted to give it just a second and have some wiggle room there. Okay, so all the glue goes on the inside, glue or tear and tape, whichever. All those pieces go on the inside when you fold, okay? So now you'll notice, this is why it's called a crisscross box, because you have these little pieces on the front that crisscross over each other. So I thought this was such a cool design. I actually found it on Wendy Cranford's blog. She had gotten it from another person who actually designed it, and she changed the measurements. You know, that's what we all do. We find cool little boxes and projects, and we just adjust measurements to whatever we're going to put in it, and then redesign it with what product we want to use. So that's what I did with this here. So the cool thing about this is, because these crisscross over the front, you don't need adhesive on both sides. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this side and then just cross it over, and having that adhesive on the back of this piece will hold the other side in place. So that's pretty neat. So I'm actually going to still use glue just because that's what I've already started using. And I'm just going to put a little bit here. You don't need it all the way up, just enough to kind of cover the box here. So I just put a little bit on the side there, and I'm just going to put it over, cross it over, crisscross, right? It's crisscross box. And just kind of rub it all in place. Make sure the glue doesn't have any bumps or anything there. And that's our box. That's the basis of it. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so now let's decorate it. So I'm going to put this aside. So I like to assemble this first, just because now if you use glue, you could let it dry, and then, you know, you just have it kind of ready to go. So we're going to set this off to the side, and we're going to do the little heart decorations right here. We're going to put this little cluster together. So it's going to come together really quickly, actually. So I took the little, the plaid heart from there, and we're using Coastal Cabana, and this is, I think this is still Whisper White, because I'm still going through my my leftovers, but if you have basic white, you can use that as well. So something to keep in mind, these are very sticky, so when you use them, you really need to kind of put a lot of pressure down and make sure that you get an even stamp image, okay? And if it doesn't stamp all the way, if for some reason you press down and you have a little splotch, it's not a huge deal, because you're gonna overlap these hearts. So if you have like a little splotch on one side or the other, you can just change where the position of the smaller heart goes. But mine came out pretty good, so I'm happy with that. So just remember, they're very sticky. You need to have even pressure when you stamp, and you should be fine. So then we're gonna use the heart that's got all these little dots on it, and we're gonna use Magenta Madness. And I'm gonna stamp that one up here. Cute. Okay. And then we are going to get our, I think I'll use my machine. Let's see, my mini machine. I'm just gonna use my regular embossing machine. I have the mini, I haven't used it too much. It's very cute, very tiny, but I don't know, I'm just so used to using my big machine that I haven't really used the mini one too much. And the mini machine, actually, it's great because it comes at you can get it for 50% off if you do like a workshop order or a host order. Oops, I need to get some washi tape here. So the mini machine is $60. The regular size machine is $120. If you want the mini machine, you can actually earn a celebration item with the mini machine, because it's $60 and you could get a $50 celebration item if you order it now. So that's a really good reason to order it. So I would definitely, if you're thinking about getting it, definitely order it by February 28th when celebration ends, so you can maximize your savings and get a celebration item with your purchase. That's always a great idea. And then also, if you place your order through me and you do it online with my host code, you'll get the Resin Hearts Embellishments as my free gift this month. And they're super cute. I've seen so many great ideas with that. Okay, so since the magnetic plate is still out of commission for right now, I have to use washi tape. So that's what I was doing, was getting my washi tape out. All right, so I can die cut these. All right. So cute. Love hearts. Valentine's Day is one of my favorite holidays. I love hearts. I love little treat holders, and I really haven't done a lot of treat holders for Valentine's Day, surprisingly, but I love hearts and pink and all that stuff. So, all right, so we have our 2 hearts here, and then we are going to take the sentiment from that bundle that says "You're All Heart," and I've got my Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and I've got a little strip. This is 1/2 inch by, I believe, 2.5 inches. So this is the exact size we need, because we're gonna stamp this. I'm gonna do a test just to make sure. Yep. We're gonna stamp it in the center as best we can. There's a little schmutz on that side, so I'm gonna flip it over. And perfect. And then we're going to take our Banner's Pick-a-Punch, and I am using, so you could do either banner you like. I'm using the inverted banner, I think is what it's called. So because we have it cut exactly where we want it, we're gonna push it all the way to the edge, punch down, and do the same thing on the other side. Now you could also use the, I think it's called the classic label punch. I don't have that quite yet, but I did order it, and that's another way you could punch this out as well. I've seen people use it to make banners too. So I actually just ordered it, and I'm waiting to get it in the mail, but I had the Banner's Pick-a-Punch. I saw that in the last catalog, and I just thought it was awesome because I love banners, and I hate trying to do them myself and trying to make sure they're just so. I'm kind of a perfectionist that way, so I don't like to just try to eyeball it and do it myself. So, all right, so we're gonna layer our hearts on themselves, and I'm just using Stamp and Seal here, and we're only gonna do it on half the heart because it's gonna kind of go off the side. So I'm just doing on the side that's going to go over there, and then we're going to use Stamp and Seal on the banner. This is all going to be flat, but then we're going to pop it up on the actual box itself. So I'm going to kind of put that in the center there. Okay, now we're going to grab our box, and I actually have a piece. This is 1 inch by 6 inch of that DSP. I think it's called True Love DSP or something. So we're gonna have, you can do it up to the bottom. I like to leave like a little bit of a border. And then you're just gonna kind of make like a belly band around it, around the box, just to kind of figure out exactly where you want your creases to go. And then if you notice, it's just gonna overlap on the back, which is what you want, so it's perfect. So now we have our little creases, and I'm gonna take Stamp and Seal and put it on the back of my little belly band here. And then I'm going to start on the front and position my band, and then kind of curve it around, keeping it taut as best you can, and keeping it level. Let's see, mine's kind of crooked. But the good thing about this stuff is it isn't so sticky that you can't adjust it if you need to. Mine's a little crooked in the back, but that's okay. Nobody's gonna pay attention to the back. They just wanna see the front. And if you're worried about it not matching up, you could always do it backwards so that the overlapping part is in the front, because you're gonna put the little heart on the front and they probably wouldn't even see it anyway. But like I said, it's the back, nobody cares. So we're gonna take a couple of dimensionals and put these all over the back here. And I think that'll about do it. I might put a couple more. I like dimensionals. I want it to really pop up here. Cute. One more. Oh, no, that should be good. Okay. And then we're gonna use a little embellishment and we'll be done. So just kind of put it centered on the box there. Now, the last little flourish is I have these matte black dots and I'm using the bigger size here. And we're just gonna take, you can take your pick tool and it has this little putty end on the back. And if you just use that putty and push it against the gem, and then you can just kind of put it where that little white space is. And there you go. And then we'll put our Reese's and it fits just perfectly inside there. Isn't that adorable? All right, guys. Well, I hope that you have really enjoyed this project. I had a lot of fun making it. I thought it was super cute, and I hope you did too. If you need any of the supplies for this project today, make sure that you head over to stampcampwithjen.com. I have the full supply list in my blog post with this project. You can click on any of the images in the product showcase to shop them in my online store, or just head over to stampinup.com and make sure that you are shopping with me, Jennifer Roque, when you hit checkout. And if you include my monthly host code and place an order of at least $50 this month, you'll get the Resin Hearts Embellishments, and you'll get free celebration products, which is a great thing. So, all right, guys. Well, also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a video. I try to put a new project video up on my channel every Friday. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope that you're getting ready for Valentine's Day, getting ready to make cute little projects for your friends and family and all your loved ones. All right, until next time, I hope you stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.